This stray cat was seen dragging a fish heavier than her own body across the shoreline. Even when she was starving and completely exhausted, she never once considered eating it herself. Perhaps that fish carried a responsibility far heavier than hunger itself. Every step taken by her small body reflected an unshakable sense of determination. This almost stubborn and puzzling behavior left onlookers deeply confused. Even more astonishing, she persisted along the dangerous coastline for more than 2 weeks. Determined to understand what this little creature was doing, a man decided to follow her. At dawn, the cat returned to the shore, moving like a seasoned fisherman as she searched among the rocks. Before long, she caught a massive fish, so large it nearly covered her entire face. Its weight caused her to stagger, forcing her to collapse every few steps just to catch her breath. Yet she never dared to loosen her grip, fearing the hard-won prey would be stolen. She could only stumble forward, quickening her pace despite her fatigue. After crossing a perilous road, she reached a stretch of jagged reefs. Dragging the heavy fish forward, her movements looked awkward and almost comical, yet they were deeply heartbreaking. Still, she showed no intention of giving up. Unfortunately, the tide that day had submerged the usual path, forcing her to stop and rest. Once she gathered her strength and climbed over the slippery rocks, she sensed danger behind her. A black cat with hostile intentions had appeared, clearly determined to seize the fish. Nearly drained of all her strength, she could only clamp her teeth tightly around the fish. Escape was impossible. She could not outrun the stronger, well-fed intruder. Then, as if making a firm decision, she lifted the fish and continued forward without hesitation, completely ignoring the black cat. The sudden intensity of her resolve caused the intruder to freeze in place, and moments later, turn away and leave. Her unwavering determination had driven off a greedy predator. Without wasting a second, she pressed on. No one knew where her remaining strength came from as she dragged the heavy fish across sharp reefs and jagged stones, ignoring the pain in her body. After an unimaginable journey, she finally reached a hidden sea cave. Exhausted, she let out a soft call. The next moment, several tiny kittens rushed out. The sight brought tears to the man's eyes. Behind her strange behavior was a mother's deepest sense of responsibility and devotion. She had chosen this secluded cave to protect her kittens from storms and predators. Under their mother's care, the kittens lived safely and peacefully. When she went out to search for food, they hid quietly in the cave, waiting. When she returned, they eagerly ran out to greet her. Even after the kittens had eaten their fill, the mother refused to take a single bite herself. She would rather let the cold sea wind drain her warmth than allow her children to go hungry. She would rather let seawater swell her stomach than take food from her offspring. This is the most silent, stubborn form of love in the world of strays. Deeply moved, the man's heart softened completely. From that day on, he quietly began bringing food to this seaside mother. What he could do was limited. He could not shield her from every storm, but he could at least help this exhausted mother carry a little less weight as she moved through the world.